Well, today we're bringing you another sit-down interview with one of the candidates hoping to represent you in District 4. Two candidates are vying for the GOP nomination in this district. Justin Holcomb is challenging incumbent Representative Robert Aderholt. Here's a look at where this district covers. You can see it stretches from Florence down through Jasper and over to Fort Payne. Today we are hearing from Justin Holcomb. He wants to be a new voice in Washington and says he is committed to only serving 2 terms if elected. Among his priorities, cut funding for the FBI and the Department of Justice. In Alabama, he says he wants to engage the private sector more and see more economic opportunities and jobs in the congressional district.
We need to bring money back home, okay? We spend billions and billions of our dollars in tax money each year. We send it to Washington and hardly any of it comes back home. That's going to change. No vote comes across my desk, and it's not my desk, it's the people's desk, without leveraging money to come back to our state. That's going to change.
On securing the border, Holcomb says Congress needs to work with the president to make sure assets can be deployed to the border as needed. He says physical security, including armed forces and drones, are just part of addressing the issue.
We need a very secure border. I want the best assets. I want the newest assets there, but we must stop the problem at the source. We can't stop this problem if people keep coming through the country's free will. Mexico, El Salvador, they have to stop this problem in their own countries first.
In terms of providing additional funding to Ukraine, Holcomb says the U.S. must take care of its people first and wants to see the focus on the people of the 4th District.
My job as a member of Congress is to represent the people. I will go to represent the people of my district first before anyone else in the world.
So funding at this point should stop additional funding for Ukraine?
I need to look at the situation. The president is not being clear with the end state there. Until the president or the SecDef comes to my office and tells us what the end state of that war is, I won't send one more dollar there.
When it comes to working across the aisle, Holcomb had this to say about heading to Washington.
Anyone who wants to help my people in the 4th, I will sit with. I don't care if it's somebody from the other side of the aisle. I don't care if it's the current president. I don't care if it's another country. I will sit and talk and in good faith work with anyone who wants to help the people that elect me. If not, if somebody stands in the way of the betterment of the people that send me to Washington, we're going to run right over them and we're going to do things that have never been done before.
If you missed part of these interviews, you can catch them all on the WVTM 13 app right now. When you get to the app as well, click on the Commitment 2024 section. We've got a great voter guide we've put together. It goes through each candidate. It also has direct links to learn more about their platforms. I'm Ian Wright, WVTM 13 News.